Hi, my name is Christy Ditto. This is my personal faith journey. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. These were God's words to the prophet Jeremiah. I am no prophet, but I am just as important to God. I didn't always believe this to be true, but God has continuously shown me throughout my life. Hello, my name is Christy Ditto, but I already told you that. I was born and raised in Austin, Texas. One of my earlier memories as a child was sitting in Bible class, listening to the teacher tell a story. She told us the story of Abraham and Isaac. I remember being terrified. I thought to myself, I could never do that. I barely heard the rest of the story as I pondered over and over in my mind what a horrible person I was. How God must really hate me because I could never do what Abraham did. I was about 7, and the fear and knowledge that God must hate me lived on in my mind for years. At the age of 17, I ran away from my father in Austin and moved to Dallas. I thought that getting a job here would be easy, since I loved to work. But I didn't have an ID, and as you can imagine, it wasn't so easy to get a job. Anyway, here I was in Dallas with no family or place to live. I did have a boyfriend, who later became my husband. That's another story. I lived day by day, sleeping in bathrooms with 24-hour laundromats, on park benches, or covered slides at the park. Yes, I was homeless. I spent the entire winter that way, waking up early, walking, trying to find a job, going to bed late, wherever I could find a place to lay my head. I would go days without eating or showering, but something always seemed to happen. There's one instance that stands out in my mind. I remember being really, really hungry, and I went to a gas station to use the restroom. Because most little gas stations had a place to eat in there. And I walked in. When I walked in, I saw a bag of food sitting on a table. I remember looking at it and thinking, man, I ought to grab that and run. But I didn't because I knew it was wrong. So I went on in the bathroom, washed my face, cleaned up. As I walked out of the bathroom, I noticed the bag was still sitting on the table. Yeah. I heard a voice behind me yell, "Ma'am, ma'am." I turned around and see an employee follow me. "Ma'am, don't forget your food," he said. As tempted as it was, I looked at him and said, "Sir, that's not my food." He said, "Oh, it's not? Well, go ahead and take it. It's been there for an hour." So I did. I got outside and sat down behind the building and started eating. That food was still hot. All I can say was, thank you, God. It wasn't until more recent years that I began reading my Bible. I had read passages here and there before, but it always left the interpretation up to someone else. I began reading in Genesis and read through to Revelation, not once, but 6 times in 6 different versions. I prayed to God for understanding, and as I prayed, He gave it to me. It was during this time that I learned about Jesus and who He really is and what He had done for me. I always believed that He was God's Son and He died on the cross to forgive sins. But it was other people's sins, not mine. I was too horrible for that. If I were to sit down and record all the wonderful things God has done for me in my life, it would fill the library. However, I think this about sums it up. I have grown from that innocent child who didn't understand, and I have learned, and I'm happy to say I'm still growing and I'm still learning each and every day. I'll leave you with one of my favorite passages in Matthew. "And fear not them which can kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear Him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." Thank you very much.
Yeah.